and good afternoon to all the participants who joined this webinar. My presentation for this afternoon is on income tax concession. Online application process, income tax concession provision approval, income tax concession extension of time, and income tax concession final approval. The Income Tax Act 2015 provides several concessions to taxpayers. These concessions require prior approval of the Fiji Revenue and Customs Services, and in some instances, prior approval of other Fiji government institutions. If a concession is granted to a taxpayer, it can be claimed as a deduction on the taxpayer's corporate income tax, CIT, or personal income tax, in short PIT return, thereby reducing their chargeable income for the tax years in which the concession is claimed. A blanket tax holiday is also granted in number of instances. Any taxpayer registered with FRCS for CIT or PIT is eligible to apply for income tax concessions. The concessions provided for in the Income Tax Act aim to incentivize businesses to invest and expand their operations in Fiji, which in turn should have a positive net impact on the Fijian economy. The concession or concession for which a taxpayer qualifies depends on certain prerequisites specific to each concession. The prior approval must be obtained before a claim can be made for a deduction of a specific concession in the income tax return of the taxpayer. Prior approval is required in all cases, either by the Chief Executive Officer of FRCS only, or by the CEO and the relevant government ministry or ministries. Types of concessions. The table below lists down all the concessions which require prior approval. The table also identifies the concessions which require a provisional approval in addition to a final approval. The ones that do not require provisional approval require only a final approval. It articulates 26 concessions which is available to the Fijians to apply with FRCS. When a taxpayer can claim for a deduction in their income tax return, a taxpayer will be allowed to claim a deduction for the concession on the income tax return only after final approval is granted. A provisional approval only entitles the taxpayer to customs benefits. Revocation of concession, the relevant minister and subsequently FRCS may revoke and approve approval under the following circumstances. The taxpayer breaches a condition specified in the provisional or final approval, or if the taxpayer fails to comply with the provision of the Tax Act, or the taxpayer is convicted of an offense under taxation, customs, or excise legislation, or in the case of tax-free region incentive, the taxpayer does not commence the proposed activity within 18 months from the date of the provisional approval. Once FRCS and or the relevant ministry or ministries has approved or rejected an application, the taxpayer will be notified of the decision by means of a letter. In the case of a rejection letter, a rejection reason will be provided. In case of an approval letter, the taxpayer will be provided with a list of next steps, which they should be aware of any applicable deadlines. If an application is approved, the relevant line will be available to the taxpayer on their income tax return, which will enable them to claim a deduction for the approved concession. Major changes as is and to be. As is, the taxpayers are filing manual application for tax concession. Once this system goes live from 1st January 2021, taxpayer will be able to file this concession application online. Follow up on application process. So the application confirmation for tracking number will be available. Once the concession is applied, the taxpayer may be able to trace its application online. As is outcome of application via written correspondence, whereas in 2B, outcome of application via online login will be available. Finally, the concessions evidence attached to the written on as is 2B concession evidence will be automatically populated on the return line of the taxpayer. Moving on to demo, we'll be looking into taxpayer portal, we'll be filing an application for income tax concession. As I have said earlier, this concession provision gives a taxpayer to file for provision approval and also extension of time in case a particular project is not finished on time, also income tax concession final approval. So moving on, we'll be logging into provisional approval. So in this taxpayer portal, the taxpayer will log in with the correct credential and correct password. In case if correct password is not entered, the system will give error message. It is advised that all time when doing the online application that correct password and username is entered. This demo this afternoon here, we have brought to you that how our system will be when it comes online. So with the demo data, we are demonstrating the system, upcoming system once it goes live. So once the correct password and data is entered, the system will give the home menu where you will notice there are several tabs. So the taxpayer has to click on request button because this is the request from the taxpayer. Once request tile is entered, there are various tax types. So we'll click on concessions because this application is on concessions. Once we click the concession, you will see the 4 tiles there. Request for concessionary tax rate, income tax concession provision approval, income tax concession final approval, income tax concession extension of time. So we'll be lodging the provisional approval. So clicking on income tax concession provisional approval, instructions, ensure to read those instructions and declare with the click. Going to next step, click on the green button. So there is a type of concession drop-down menu, and these concessions which require mandatory provisional approval. Out of those 26 concessions, all concessions not required with provisional approval. So only concessions which requires provisional approval, the drop-down menu caters this. So we'll select one of the incentive, that is ancillary medical services. Then after, we'll be filling the project description. So we'll be making a new hospital. Under this scheme, we'll be making a new hospital. Moving on, you would see there is a detailed project plan attachment in color blue with a stick. So this depicts that it's a mandatory requirement. The attachment should be uploaded. Therefore, we are attaching the mandatory field which outlines the detailed project and plan we are proposing for approval. Once this detailed project plan is uploaded, moving on, the system specifies we have to fill the street address. So the street address is Vaileka. The province where this project will be, that's Ra. And Allen city town, that is Raki Raki. The village suburb is again Raki Raki. Moving on, we have to enter the estimated cost of project, which is 1 million, and estimated income from project. So we'll be earning, say, 100,000 per annum, and commencement date we chose on 1st of January 2021, and also proposed completion date, that is 31st December 2021. Moving on, detailed estimated cost, which has a strict, so that's a mandatory requirement. We have to upload the detailed estimated cost of this project, building this new hospital in Raki Raki. And moving on now, detailed estimated after uploading detailed estimated income, we upload the sketch plan showing proposed development. So while doing the online application, it is advised. So those relevant uploads, if we have this thing in our desktop or a place which is convenient while filing this application, it will be easier to upload in the system. Moving on, method of financing. Of course, we want to know how you'll be financing. So drop down menu there, which gives option for the applicant, whether it's equity, loan, bank overdraft, debt fund, or venture capital. So we click on loan for this project. Moving on now, the system requires details of financing arrangement. So we upload the financing arrangement, that is a letter from a financial institution who is going to finance this project. Now we move on to other, which is mandatory, that is a statement of assets and liabilities. Of course, this statement gives a financial status of the applicant, assets and liabilities. Once these attachments are loaded, moving on now, there is a question, is this project going to be carried out in stages? If yes, if we click yes, then it requires to propose timetable attachment we have to follow. If we say no, if we click no, then we'll move on to other requirement. Like moving onwards, other information with this application, which is mandatory, detailed description of all existing or proposed amenities and facilities. So there is nil because this is a new project. And number and description of existing wards. So there is no wards or rooms at the moment. It's complete new project. In this field, number and description of proposed new wards, rooms and beds and the toilets facilities will give in total 50. And description of each proposed public rooms, that is in total 100. Moving on, to make this application more precise and with full of information, we have facilitated other supporting documents to upload the attachment. It is important that the correct mandatory attachments are uploaded to ensure proceeding with the application and ease of processing the application. Moving on, we click into the green button, and now we reach to the declaration part. The person who is filing this application will enter the corrective, and the system will automatically populate the name and the detail of the applicant. You choose your designation is with drop-down menus: accountant, chief financial officer, company secretary, director, manager, or partner. So director is filing this application, and by clicking, you are declaring that all the information which you have filled in this application is true and correct. Before submitting, do not forget to save this application, and with one click with submit button, your application is to FRCS portal. And once this application is received, the system will give the acknowledgement letter which is in front of you in the screen. Acknowledgement, income tax concession provisional approval. This is the acknowledgement that the provisional application which was lodged online has been acknowledged. Moving on. Now we will present to you the extension of time in case provisional approval is ascertained, and for some reason the project is not finished on the given time. So there is a provision where taxpayer can file extension of time. We are logging into taxpayer portal. Ensure that you use the correct username and credential. Now we have reached to this menu, home menu, and there are several tiles. We'll again click to request button. And out of all these text types, we'll pick the concession because extension of time is related to concession. Among these four tiles, we will click on income tax concession extension of time. In this menu, you will notice that provisional approval number is mandatory, is required because initially provisional approval was applied and provisional approval number was given to the taxpayer. So this provisional number, you ensure that correct provisional approval number is entered. The system will automatically populate the concession which was applied earlier. Now we have the due date to be extended. The options are there. Initially we applied till 31st December 2022. Now we can extend or propose to extend the date we want to seek approval from FRCS. After clicking on or entering the due date, we provide the reason for request. So one of the reasons we have chosen is address the situation, because the application, the initial stage we applied, it was 1st January, November to April, is a cyclone weather. Due to adverse weather, the project won't be able to finish on time, so we have applied for extension of time. Moving on, the progress report, that's a mandatory field. We have to upload the progress report. Once the attachment is uploaded successfully, moving on, other supporting documents for extension of time. That provision is also available. the taxpayer may upload the additional information. And once these attachments are uploaded, we can click onto green button to continue to declaration. Then again here, the applicant will enter the correct TIN number and the system will populate the information, choose the designation, which is the director, and you're declaring that all the information you have filled is true and correct. Before submitting, you should save and click on to submit button that will hit online to FRCS portal. This is a confirmation, and clicking on the left hand side of this menu, you will be acknowledged with the acknowledgement letter from FRCS that we have received your online extension, concession extension of time. Now we'll move on to the demo for final approval on income tax concession. We'll click into the home button, the system will navigate you to this tab. Again, we click on request button. After clicking the request button, we'll again have various text types there. We click on concessions. After clicking concession, we'll have those 4 tabs again. Now we'll click on the income tax concession final approval. Please ensure with the instruction and declare that you have read. Clicking on the green button, that will continue you to the next step. Type of concession. We choose ancillary medical service, and we enter the provisional approval number. Ensure that you fill the correct provisional approval number, and the system will automatically populate the project or the project description. That was private hospital, which we applied here. The actual cost of this project remains same, is $1 million. Actual commencement date of this project, and actual completion date. Once these are filled, then again we have the attachments. That is fully audited final accounts. If you haven't saved, the system will automatically advise the applicant to please save before moving forward. Now we have the attachment for fully audited final accounts. The fully audited final accounts is a mandatory requirement when doing the final approval application. Once this field is uploaded, we're moving on to completion certificate from local authority. So we're going to upload this attachment. For carrying out any project in any area, the local authority, they give the approval, and it is a must that relevant government ministries are also involved in this project. Like here, the local authority for building a new hospital in Rakiraki, the rural local authority, and the director of town and country planning, they will be approving agents. And moving on, our final plan showing development site. you upload this attachment. The final approval letter has been ascertained from the respective ministries or government departments. Moving on, like I said, other supporting documents for final approval. We have given this provision to the applicant. If you have more supporting documents, it will ease the processing of your application or approve the final approval without any hiccups. Now, once these attachments are uploaded, we continue clicking the green button to the declaration part of this application. Now, we reach to the declaration part. Please ensure enter the correct TIN. The system automatically populate your information. Please choose the designation you are holding into your company, and by clicking the declaration part, you are declaring that whatever you have filled is correct and true. Before submitting, ensure that you save this application and click on submit button. Your application reaches online to FRCS. The confirmation letter in your screen confirms that the final approval application has been successfully lodged, and the acknowledgement for income tax concession final approval is on your screen. I would like to thank all the participants here for this presentation on income tax provisional approval, income tax concession extension of time, and final approval. Now I hand over to our host, Mr. Nailotai Vinaka.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your participation this afternoon. We have noted all your questions and input, and the team will endeavor to address this with you. We may be contacting you individually on some of the issues you have brought up. Please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the third day of the CIT webinar series for this week. You can use the same login link and password that you used for today's session. Before we end, we would like to ask all the participants today to please spare a few minutes and go to the SurveyMonkey link shown on the screen and fill in the feedback survey. Your feedback is important and will help us improve. I leave the screen on for a few minutes so that you can note down our screenshot or screenshot the link before we end the meeting. For those of you who got questions, you can send it via the online chat and Q&A platform. And with these few words, thank you all once again. Stay safe and goodbye.